Hi, my name is Faisal, and today we're going to talk about how portrayal of women evolved in media. The portrayal of women on television during the early 21st century was extremely generic and objectifying. Despite this, it was never to harm any individuals, but merely to paint a picture and tell a story for the audience through these characters. As people have become more aware over the years, writers and directors start giving women deeper and more complex characters, such as the Netflix original Sense8. This show gives each character, both male and female, their own unique personality and complexity, no matter the race or gender. Despite the changes, there are still many popular shows that started much earlier than Netflix's appearance in mainstream media, such as How I Met Your Mother, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Modern Family, etc. I'm mainly going to touch on how, despite women are being portrayed better nowadays, there are still very popular shows that subtly misrepresent women without the casual viewer ever noticing. How I Met Your Mother is a great way to showcase this concept. In this series, I believe that Ted Mosby and Barney Stinson are the two main characters from the beginning till the end. Despite the kernel sometimes being shifted from episode to episode, the two biggest main characters remain the same. This is due to their characters being the most developed throughout the years when it comes to their constant pursuit for female attention. Ted wants to focus on finding a woman he can spend the rest of his life with, while Barney turns from a completely stereotypical woman chaser into a loving father. The reason why I bring this show up is because of how they portray women for the audience. It can be the extras, the tertiary characters, etc. The point stands the same. Characters such as Robin and Lily are to be expected to have deep characters, as they are one of the main characters from the beginning to the end of the show, but the way they are portrayed is very shallow to begin with. People do not realize this simply because of the style the directors have adopted for the show. It is very comedic, casual, and positive, aka a sitcom. This style forgives the shallowness of characters and helps shift the focus from character-driven to plot-driven. Robin's entire character arc has been about Ted Mosby, despite her being one of the main characters of the entire show. Ted Mosby could have had multiple successful relationships if it wasn't for his ex Robin still being in his friend group. Her presence to eventually get Ted back to being with her, and this is all proved by the last episode of How I Met Your Mother. In shows like Modern Family, however, despite there being a stereotypical approach to the types of families being showcased, they actually do provide an interesting development of the female characters. I specifically want to talk about Haley, Alex, and Claire Dunphy, and how their characters truly were the main stars of the show. Despite the show being extremely decentralized on just one or few characters, I still believe that the female members of the Dunphy family have been a successful showcase of how women's image on TV is becoming much better portrayed nowadays than before. Haley becoming a mother after being the rebellious child her mother also was a great shift in her character development and really gave her character a sense of closure for the audience. While in How I Met Your Mother, Robin's ending was really nothing special at all, as the ending was tailored to Ted Mosby's closure. If Robin was not a main character within the show, then there would be no complaints on her character arc. But since she was meant to be just as influential to the crew as Haley was to her family, it still feels like she was used as a prop to be just another woman that Ted Mosby had a relationship with, instead of Robin having her own deeply rooted character. In conclusion, I believe that women's portrayal in the media has been evolving for the better and will continue to do so. Writers will continue to adapt to the new societal expectations as they aim to make relatable characters. Thank you for listening. Peace out.